Hi guys, today I thought I would just pop in and share with you my top watercolors. So these are watercolors from a few different brands, Daniel Smith, Holbein, Winsor & Newton, Schminker and Rivervale Handmade. They're kind of my top favourite brands. So I have a couple of different sort of iterations of the top favourites. I've got a top 12, a top 18 and then like all my tops. So let me just kind of go through these and we'll look at them. So these would be my top 12 in favourite top colours. These would be the ones. But if I was trying to kind of create a more responsible palette, and by responsible I mean, you know, as far as mixing, you're able to mix a lot of different colours. You have kind of the different colours. These would be the colours. So and so what I mean when I say responsible palette is, so for example here, this is a Schminker dot card palette. So this is their 12 colours that they've chosen to put in the palette. What they've given you is a warm and a cool yellow, a warm and a cool red, and a warm and a cool blue, and a couple of greens. One, you know, good for mixing and just good colours to have, and sort of some earth tones and neutrals there. So this is kind of what I would call a responsible palette, and then you kind of have to from there branch out and figure out kind of what is important to you in your palette, because for example you may not always need all those colours, and just going towards the colours that you think are going to be right for you and right for your art, things that you think you'll use a lot and the things that you'll love as well, because that translates into, you know, the artwork that you present. And then if we were talking about my top 18, I actually did these up first, and I thought these are my favourites, these are the, you know, the ones that I really love. And then I thought, well hang on, I've kind of omitted my two favourites, which are Shell Pink and Brilliant Pink from Holbein, and I thought, oh well, I'm just kind of taking it for granted that those are my favourites, and I thought, well, I need to do something up that's actually like my real, you know, favourites. So here we have Pearl White, which if you've watched some of my other videos, you know that I love this because you can mix it with any colour and it becomes a pearlescent colour. These two are Holbein, Shell Pink and Brilliant Pink, and I found these, I think they were my sort of very first watercolour purchase just at a local art shop. And then I found the Pearl White, and then I purchased Pearl White, Fuchsite and Sugilite, and I'm not sure if you can see here, but the Fuchsite and the Sugilite have a really beautiful sparkle in them. And so then we have Opera Rose by Daniel Smith, but I think that a lot of brands do this, a kind of an Opera Rose colour. And then we have Fuchsite, which is made from a genuine rock, so it's a really beautiful colour by Daniel Smith. And then we have Verdigris, which is a very similar colour by Rivervale. That's what I mean about kind of responsible, like with this, I don't necessarily need two colours so close together, but I just love them both. So one has more of a sparkle and one is more of a, it's a little bit of a deeper colour, you know, more of a matte colour. So if I'm looking for something where I don't need a lot of sparkle, this is Schminker Cobalt Turquoise, which is just a beautiful turquoise colour. And then Daniel Smith Indigo is my favourite indigo, and really good to kind of darken things up or for shadows and things like that. Also Sugilite from Daniel Smith, which is a genuine. And then we have Ultramarine Violet, which is a really lovely one from Daniel Smith, Cobalt Violet from Winsor & Newton, and Sedona Genuine from Daniel Smith, which is another one from the earth. And I really love this one. It is kind of a warm pink, so it's like a warm pinky brown, so it's a really pretty brown. And okay, so then if we go over here to kind of, and what I'm going to do with these ones here is actually do up a color chart for you, so you can kind of see what I mean by mixing. So I won't do it in this video, but at some point I will kind of do this color chart up with you, and we can kind of see the colors that will allow you to mix. So here we have Schminker's Lemon Yellow, which I really like, and then again Holbein Shell Pink, Daniel Smith Pyrrole Orange, Daniel Smith Opera Rose, Daniel Smith Mayan Red, which I love. It's a strawberry red. It's really pretty. Again, the Sedona Genuine, Fuchsite Cobalt. I think everything else is the same except for the Hematite, which I love for doing like buildings. Let me show you. Okay, so let me show you a couple of examples with the Hematite. So this is in the Winsor & Newton watercolor book here, and you can see I've mixed the Hematite here in with a couple of different browns, and you can see kind of the granulation and the effect that that gives you. And I have a whole video on actually doing that. So in this, and then here from Central Park, and then also this kind of Watersden Manor. So I've used the Hematite to try and mimic the, you know, the kind of aged stone look. And then in here, I used the Hematite here in the stall and in the wood. So it's a really nice one to create lots of different effects. And so that's why that would be in my top 12. Then if we were looking at my top 18, it would be these colours here. So a lot of the same ones except for Organic Vermilion from Daniel Smith, Green Gold from Daniel Smith, ISO Yellow from Rivervale, I think Cobalt Violet from Winsor & Newton, and the Lapis Lazuli from Daniel Smith, but I probably use Cobalt Blue more than that. So and then what I've done here is just created an actual list of my top favorites, the ones that I use all the time. So let's just, not sure how to get this in, but I will put I'll put a post in my blog with all these colours so that you can kind of have a look at them and go back and reference that. This is basically what we're looking at for warm colours, and then we have here sort of cool colours. So also, you know, you may like a colour that you don't really see other people using a lot, or for example, sometimes there's colours that I really don't like personally to use, but then I see other people using them in a really unique and interesting way. And so, you know, don't feel pressured or worried. Just do the things that kind of are in your imagination and create the things that you enjoy creating, and the things that will, you know, that you can see for colour. Like if you can see something beautiful, then, you know, work to create that. You don't have to sort of be boxed into those 12 colours. And then also, let me just backtrack here for a moment back to our top 12. Here is kind of some colour spectrum, so spectrum colour mixing chart for some of these colours to see kind of which colours, like what I could get, and you can see like some of the colours neutralise, like the Sugalite and the Shell neutralise really pretty. Also the Indigo and the Shell. You can see the kind of the Opera Rose and the Ultramarine Violet give that like kind of a pretty cobalt violet. And then here we have a few more. And I can do a video as well on how I've kind of done this, the colour mixing spectrum chart. But that's all for today. It was just sort of a quick video to let you know, and I will be back with the florals, and also kind of when I have a bit more time we'll work on the color mixing chart. So but I just wanted to get in this quick video, and I hope you guys like it. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.